Hello friends, welcome to our today's online session. In our today's online session, we'll be discussing some of the important multiple choice questions based on the topic Clausius-Clapeyron latent heat equation and its application to determine the variation of the melting point of a solid or boiling point of a liquid with change in pressure. Before actually starting with the multiple choice questions, we'll discuss what is this Clausius-Clapeyron equation is and what are its applications to determine the change in melting point and the boiling point of the material as an application of pressure. So let us start with the today's topic, that is Clausius-Clapeyron's latent heat equation. Clausius-Clapeyron latent heat equation, it is the equation which is useful to determine the variation of melting point of a solid or variation of a boiling point of a liquid with pressure. And this equation, it is applicable for the substances which undergoes first order phase change. The equation which is of which is called latent heat equation, that is given by dP by dt is equal to L upon T in bracket V2 minus V1. So in this case, dP is the change in the pressure, dt is the change in the melting point or boiling point of a liquid or solid. So first of all, let us discuss what is the effect of pressure change on the boiling point of a liquid. We know that generally whenever the liquid is getting converted into the gaseous phase, let us say V1 is the volume of the gas in let us say V1 is the volume of a liquid, okay, and let us say V2 is the volume of a gaseous phase. We know that whenever a liquid goes into the vapor state, its volume goes on increasing. Its volume goes on increasing as the volume of the gaseous phase is more than the volume of a liquid phase. In this Clausius-Clapeyron equation, this coefficient dP by dt, it will be positive for this case. Now, if this dP by dt will be positive quantity, because this V2 minus V1, in this case it will be a positive number because V2 is greater than V1. V2 is greater than V1, so this dP by dt, it will be positive constant. It means if you increase the pressure, the boiling point of the liquid has to be increased. That is dP by dt, in that case it will be positive. In short, we can say that it is the dP by dt. dP is directly proportional to dt. In that case, means if you increase the pressure of a liquid, then the boiling point of that liquid will increase. It is applicable for such a kind of liquids which undergoes expansion when going from liquid phase to gaseous phase, and this happens almost for all the materials when it is transferred from liquid phase to the gaseous phase. Second application is the effect of pressure change on the melting point of the solid. Now we know that there can be two kinds of materials we can expect. The material in which we can have the expansion when the solid is getting converted into the liquid phase. If let us say that V2 is the volume of a liquid and V1 is the volume of a solid. V2 is the volume of liquid and V1 is the volume of a solid. If the liquid solid under after a melting, if its volume is increasing, means it is going under a expansion, in such a case this coefficient in the equation, latent heat equation, dP by dt, it will be positive because in that case V2 will be greater than V1. V2, it will be greater than V1. So for that purpose, it will be this dP by dt, it will be a positive quantity. dP by dt, it will be positive quantity. In short, it means dP is directly proportional to dt, means increase of pressure increases the boiling point of the material. Increase in the pressure increase the boiling point of the material. Such a kind of materials, they have increase in the boiling melting point if you increase the pressure. For example, melting of wax. Okay, melting of wax, when wax melts from solid phase to the liquid phase, then in that case volume of the resultant liquid, it will be greater than the volume of a solids. For such a materials, the application of the pressure, it will increase the melting point of the given solid. Now on the other hand, if we consider the other counterpart, if the application of the pressure, when the material, when it is going from solid phase to the liquid phase, when the material is going from solid phase to the liquid phase, and if it contracts, when going from solid phase to the liquid phase, if it is contracting, let us say V2 is the volume of the liquid and let us say V1 is the volume of a solid. If the material is contracting after application of the thermal energy, means when it is going from solid phase to the liquid phase, in such a case this V2 minus V1, it will be a negative quantity. This quantity will be negative. It means dP by dt, in that case it will be a negative number. dP by dt, it will be a negative number. It means that dP will not change as the same dt is changing. Means if you increase the pressure, it will decrease the melting point of such a solid. It will decrease the melting point of such a solid. For example, when ice is getting converted into the liquid, when ice melts into a liquid, that is water, then its volume goes on decreasing. For such a kind of materials, increase of the pressure, it will decrease the melting point of the ice. Okay, so these are the applications and the Clapeyron latent heat equation. Now based on this topic, we'll look into some of the important multiple choice questions. Okay, so let us start with the first multiple choice question. When a substance which expands on heating is compressed, option A, heat is generated, option B, heat is absorbed, option C, neither absorbed nor generated, option D, none of these. We know that suppose in this case, as it is given, heating of a material, it results in the expansion of the material. Heating results in the expansion of the material. If the same material will be expand, if the same material, it will be compressed. So obviously it will liberate some amount of heat. So the correct answer for this question is the option number A. Heat is generated. Second multiple choice question is, total heat of the substance is known as internal energy, option B, enthalpy, option C, entropy, option D, thermal capacity. Now total heat of the system is known as, see, these are the four parameters which are given over here. What we will do, we will try to look at these four parameters. What are these four parameters are? So these four parameters are nothing but, the first parameter is internal energy. What is internal energy? Internal energy of a thermodynamic system, it is the energy contained within it. So that is a internal energy. Now second quantity is the enthalpy. What is the enthalpy? It is the total heat content of the system. Third quantity which is given over here, it is the entropy, which is a measure of disorder or randomness in the system. And the fourth quantity, it is thermal capacity of the system. It is defined as the amount of heat required to increase the temperature by 1 degree unit. Okay, so it is a thermal specific heat or thermal capacity we call. In our question, it has been asked total heat of the systems, total heat of the substance is known as, so it is the total heat content of the system, which is nothing but the enthalpy. So in this case, the correct answer for this question is option number B. It is the correct answer for this question is option number B. Third multiple choice question is Clapeyron's latent heat equation is, first question is dp by dt is equal to L upon T in bracket V2 minus V1. Second equation dp by dt is equal to L upon T2 minus T1. Third equation is dp by dt is equal to L upon S1 minus S2. And we know that just we had seen the correct latent heat equation, it is nothing but the dp by dt is equal to L upon T in bracket V2 minus V1. So the correct answer for this question is option number A. Next, some of the important thing about this equation is that we had discussed this, that it is used for the prediction of the variation of the melting point or boiling point of a material with the change in pressure. It has so many applications, such as in order to determine the variation in the melting point or boiling point of the material, in daily uses, also in household applications also we are using this equation. For example, in kitchen, pressure cooker is used for cooking purpose. This pressure cookers is also using the same principle as that is given by the Clapeyron's latent heat equation. In pressure cooker, actually water boils at higher temperature because the pressure inside the cooker is greater than the atmospheric pressure. So when it is getting converted into the gaseous phase, when the water is getting converted into the gaseous phase, its volume it will be higher. In that case, this dp by dt will be positive quantity, because in that case V2 minus V1 it will be a positive quantity. So with the application of the pressure, the boiling point of the water increases. That is the application why pressure cooker is used in kitchen household application. Now next question is, when pressure is increased, the melting point of ice will be option A increased, option B decreased, option C remains same, option D none of these. Now see, when pressure is increased, melting point of ice, means we need to determine the melting point of the ice. We know that when ice gets converted into the water, as we know that the density of ice is less than that of the density of the water, hence its volume will decrease. That is, volume of a water it is less than the volume of the ice. That is, V2 minus V2 is less than V1. That is, V2 minus V1 it will be a negative number. V2 minus V1 it will be a negative number. As V2 minus V1 will be the negative number, if I substitute this value in this equation, in that case this quantity dp by dt it will be a negative number. This coefficient dp by dt it will be a negative number. What does that mean? If you increase the pressure, the change in boiling point it will be negative, okay, or the boiling point will, or melting point will decrease, okay. So melting point of the ice will decrease with increase in pressure. So as it has been asked, when the pressure is increased, the melting point of the ice it will be decreased. So the correct answer for this question is option number B. The correct answer for this question is option number B. Next question is, when pressure is increased, the melting point of wax will be option A increased, option B decreased, option C remains same, option D none of these. Now see, when pressure is increased, the melting point of wax, okay, when pressure is increased, we have to calculate the melting point of the wax. As we know that when wax melts, as we know that when wax melts, its molecules go further. Its molecules go further, so its density decreases. Its density decreases. It means its volume increases. Okay, that is volume of a liquid phase, it will be greater than the volume of a solid phase, that is V2 is greater than V1. So in this case V2 minus V1, it will be a positive quantity. V2 minus V1, it will be a positive quantity. If I substitute this in this equation, as V2 minus V1, it will be a positive quantity, so this dP by dt, it will be a positive coefficient. What does that mean? If you increase the pressure, dt will also increase in that case. So the melting point of the wax, it will increase with the increase in the pressure. So the correct answer for this question is the option number A, that is when pressure is increased, the melting point of wax will be increased. Melting point of the wax will be increased. Next question is, when pressure is increased, the boiling point of liquid will be. Now the option given are here: increased, option B; decreased, option C; remains same, option D; none of this. Now we know that in general, whenever any liquid is going into from liquid phase to the gaseous phase, it's obviously its volume will increase, because the gas molecules, they are much farther away from each other as compared to the liquid molecules. So its volume will increase. Its volume will increase. As its volume will increase, so V2 minus V1 will be positive number. As V2 minus V1 will be positive number, so if I substitute this value in this equation, then in that case this dP by dt, it will be a positive quantity. It will be a positive quantity, and as dP by dt, it will be a positive quantity, means increase of the pressure will increase the boiling point of the liquid. So the correct answer for this question is, when pressure is increased, the boiling point of the liquid will be increased. So correct answer for this question is option number A. Option number A. Seventh question is, when 1 mole of an ideal gas is allowed to expand from a volume of 1 liter to volume of 10 liter, means ideal gas is there in one number of mole, it expands. It is a expansion which is happening, and your volume is increasing from 1 liter to 10 liter. Volume is increasing from 1 liter to 10 liter at 27 degrees Celsius. So temperature is given, and we need to calculate the change in entropy. We know that the change in entropy, it is given by the formula 2.303 nR log of V2 by V1. So in this case, volume of initial volume, it is given, which is 1 liter. Final volume, it is given, that is 10 liter, and one number of moles are given. So we will write down the given data. In this case, the given data is n is equal to 1, V1 is equal to 1 liter, V2 is equal to 10 liter. We need to calculate the change in entropy. So let us say it is ds, and molar gas constant, as the we have to calculate the answers in terms of the calories. So we will use the value of R in terms of the calorie per Kelvin per mole. Okay, we know that the change in entropy at a constant temperature during an expansion or during an isothermal expansion, it is given by ds is equal to 2.303 nR log V2 by V1. In this case, value of n is 1, so we are substituting it is as it is. This value of R, it is 1.9872, and this 2.303 as it is, and this log as it is. Value of V2, value of V2 is 10, and value of V1 is 1. So if I substitute and if I do this simple calculation, I will come up with an answer. ds is equal to 4.55 calories per Kelvin. So the correct answer for these questions, if you look at the options, it is the option number B, that is 4.55 calories per Kelvin. So next question is, the latent heat of ice is 80 calories per gram, full stop. The change in entropy when 8 gram of ice, the change in entropy when 8 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius is converted at the same temperature is option 2.34, option B 2.34 calories per degree Celsius, 10 calories per gram and 10 calories per degree Celsius. Now see, in this case the latent heat of ice it is given, which is 80 calories per gram, means latent heat of ice it is given, that is value of L it is given, it is 80 calories per gram, means 80 calories of heat is required for a 1 gram of ice, and this process is happening at a temperature T is equal to 0 degrees Celsius. So we can write T is equal to 0 degrees Celsius. We'll convert it into the Kelvin, which is equal to 273 Kelvin. Now see, we have to calculate the change in entropy when 8 gram of ice, when 8 gram of ice is converted into the water, when 8 gram of ice is converted into water. Now see, we had given over here the latent heat of ice, that is 80 calories per gram, means 80 calories of heat is required to convert 1 gram of ice into the liquid, 1 gram of ice into the liquid. But here 8 gram of ice it is given, here 8 gram of ice it is given. So if I want to calculate the total heat which is given required for the ice to convert into from ice phase to the liquid phase or solid phase to the liquid phase, that if I say that if I am requiring 80 calories for 1 gram, for 8 grams I will be requiring 8 into 80 calories, that is nothing but the 640 calories. So dq, that is the total heat given to the system, it is 640 calories. Now as we need to calculate the change in entropy, we know that from second law of thermodynamics, entropy of the system is given by ds is equal to dq by t. From this one I can substitute dq is equal to 640, temperature of the system it is given, which is 273 Kelvin, and if I do this simple division, and then I'll come up with the answer 2.34 calories per Kelvin. Now if you look at the options very carefully, you will get two options with the answer 2.34. You will get two options with the answer 2.34, but the unit has to be calories per Kelvin, so which is nothing but the option A. So the correct answer for this question is the option number A, 2.34 calories per Kelvin. Now next question is, the change in entropy of 5 kilogram of water as 100 degrees Celsius when changes into vapor is given. The latent heat of water is 540 calories per gram, and these are the options which are given over here. Now see, latent heat of water is given, that is 540 calories per gram. Latent heat of water is given, that is 540 calories per gram, means 540 calories amount of heat is required for 1 gram of water to convert it into the vapor phase. Now this boiling of water or change of liquid phase to the vapor phase of the water, it occurs at 100 degrees Celsius. So temperature it is given, T is equal to 100 degrees Celsius, so which we will convert it into the Kelvin, that is 373 Kelvin. Now see, the amount of the substance or water it is given, that is 5 kg. So mass of the water it is 5 kg, that is nothing but the 5000 gram. Now we need to calculate the change in entropy for the 5000 gram of water. We know that latent heat of water it is 540 kilocalories per gram, means for 1 gram 540 calories required, calories of heat is required, means for 5000 gram how much heat will be required? It will be 5000 multiplied by 540, which will come out to be 270000 calories. So the change in entropy from second law of thermodynamics we can calculate by using the equation ds is equal to dq by dt. ds is equal to dq by dt. From this one, if I substitute these values, ds is equal to 270000 divided by 373. If I do this calculation on a simple calculator, I'll come up with the answer 7238.6, 7238.6 calories per Kelvin, and that is why the correct answer for this question is option number A. Now last question is, calculate the increase in boiling point of water at 100 degrees Celsius when pressure is increased by 1 atmosphere when 1 gram of water occupies volume 1598 centimeter cube. Latent heat of fusion of water it is given, that is 540 calories per gram. Equivalent of heat it is given J 4.8 into 10 raised to 7 erg per calorie, and 1 atmospheric pressure it is given. Okay, so and these are the options which are given over here. Now see, in this case we have to calculate the increase in the boiling point, means we have to calculate dt, and as we need to calculate the change in the boiling point, so it is an problem based on the applications of Clapeyron latent heat equation. Now see, J value is, it is given, we are writing it as it is. Okay, temperature it is given 100 degrees Celsius, so we are writing T is equal to 100 degrees Celsius, which is 373 Kelvin. Now the initially the volume of 1 gram of water it will be 1 centimeter cube, so let us say V1 is the initial volume which is 1 centimeter cube, and after converting to the vapor phase, its volume increases to 1598 centimeter cube, so V2 is the 1598 centimeter cube, and change of the pressure is pressure is increased by 1 atmosphere, so change in pressure it will be 1 atm, so it is 1.013 into 10 raised to 6 dyne per centimeter square. Now we know that the latent heat of the latent heat equation is given by dP by dt is equal to L by J divided by T V2 minus V1. As we need to calculate the change in the boiling point, so I'll write this equation for dt. If I transfer this dt from this side to the another side, this dt will be, and I'll transfer these terms from this side to this side. So these terms which are divided, it will go to the multiplication, and the terms which are on the numerator, it will go to the denominator. So the rearranged equation will look like this: dt is equal to dP into T V2 minus V1 divided by Lj. And if I substitute the value of change in pressure, which is 1 atmosphere, which is nothing but the 1.013 into 10 raised to 6, into temperature is 373 Kelvin, which we have derived from the given data, and V2 is 1598 minus V1 is 1 centimeter cube, so V2 and V1 we have substituted. L is latent heat of vaporization or fusion, it is 540, it is given. J, it is mechanical equivalent, that is 4.2 into 10 raised to 7. If you do these simple calculations, and you will get with the, you will end up with an answer 26.6 Kelvin. So the correct answer for this question is the option number B. It is the option number B. So the increase in the boiling point of the liquid water when it boils at 100 degrees Celsius, and due to the increase in the pressure by 1 atmosphere, its boiling point will increase by a 26.6 degree Kelvin. Okay. Thank you students. That's it for the today's session. I request all of you, please like, subscribe our channel Basics of Physics for more videos. Uh, please stay tuned with our updates. That's it for the today's session. I hope you people have understood whatever the multiple choice questions we have discussed. If you have any doubts regarding the discussed multiple choice questions, you can comment me in the comment section. If possible, I will be able to give you the possible justification for the same queries raised by you people. That's it for the today's session. We'll stop here for the today's lecture. Thank you.